Hey guys, my name's Alberto, aka Destroyer 48. This is my pro wrestling classic and channel. And if you're here for um, the Midnight Express with Bobby Eaton, Jim Cornette, Stan Lane, and they were in the MWA Jim Crockett Promotions um, wrestling organization, you're in the right place. I'm gonna go over some matches from the Midnight Express again with Stanley, Beautiful Bobby, and Jim Cornette, and I'm gonna freestyle it. Okay, so I'm just gonna freestyle it and tell you what I remember from the match. I don't have a clipboard. I don't have a list. Or I don't have anything. So let's get started. Okay, I'm just gonna go over um, I'm not gonna go over the whole entire match, but I'm gonna give you the gist of the match and what wrestling holds and what events happen in there that stand out. So let's start off with the Midnight Express versus the Road Warriors in New Orleans. All right, this match starts with both tag teams in the ring. Stan Lane, Beautiful Bobby, Jim Cornette, and Road Warriors with Paul Ellering, Hawk and Animal. Um, Jim Cornette goes outside. Paul Ellering decides to attack Jim Cornette. Stan Lane, he goes after Paul Ellering to get him off his manager, Jim Cornette. The Road Warriors find the opportunity to start beating up on Bobby Net's out is out of the ring. They end up hitting him. They throw him to the post, and then they start kicking him and pummeling him. They pummel and beat up Bobby so much it takes him a long time to get up. The match starts. Stan Lane stands alone. Um, Stan Lane is fighting the Road Warriors off as best as he can, while Jim Cornette is trying to revive a down Bobby Eaton on the outside. Um, Moves on Stan Lane. Stan Lane does catch Hawk. He kicks him to the gut and then gives him a back hook kick to back of Hawk's head for good measure. That's a good combination of kicks right there. Um, Hawk also he power slams Stan Lane, and then Hawk does that move where he jumps in the air and goes like this with his arm and then slams his fist on Stan Lane's face while Stan Lane is on the back on the mat. Um, Animal throws Stan Lane to the ropes, gives him his patented shoulder block, knocking Stan Lane off his feet. Um, I got Hawk. He gets Stan Lane by the neck, kind of like doing a Rick Rude version of Rick Rude's Rude Awakening, but it's a Hangman's neck breaker, and it's like Hawk has Stan Lane's head like this. Stan Lane's in back of him. He's gonna drop it, and then the cameraman stupidly moves the camera out of the way. I mean, he has it hooked really good, and it is not shown when Hawk gives Stan Lane that Hangman's neck breaker. So I was disappointed with that. There's a point where Animal picks up Stan Lane like this, and then Stan Lane has his head exposed from behind, and then Hawk comes with a running, jumping clothesline, knocking Stan Lane down while Animal slams him from that position to the mat. Let's go back to Jim Cornette and Bobby Eaton. Bobby Eaton finally makes his way to his corner. At one point, he actually pushes Jim Cornette, which is hardly ever shown on television. Um, Stan Lane makes it to the corner, and then Bobby Eaton taps his chest while Stan Lane is on his butt, sitting down because he's exhausted from getting beat up from the Road Warriors. Bobby Eaton comes in with fisticuffs, with fist on his fire, so to speak, and starts punching Hawk and Animal. And then he gives Hawk a really nice swinging neck breaker, but he's still staggering because of getting pummeled on the floor. So He staggers looking for Animal, and Animal catches him with a massive clothesline, which and after that clothesline, drops Bobby Eaton real bad, and Animal pins Bobby Eaton for the 1, 2, 3, and it looked like the Midnight Express were the heel. I'm sorry, the Midnight Express were the faces, and the Road Warriors were the heels, and the heels win the NWA Tag Team Championship from the Midnight Express. Of course, with Paul Elliott's help from the beginning. All right, let's go on to the next match. The next match will be the Midnight Express again with Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan Lane with Jim Cornette facing the Fantastics which is team of the Fantastics is Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers. It's a special challenge match. And this match is gonna get started, and I call this match the night of arm drags and arm bars. Bobby Fulton's in an arm drag. Can't even talk. Bobby Fulton's in an arm drag. Bobby Eaton, and take him down and all that. And then Tommy Rogers tagged him. He's in a arm drag Bobby Eaton. There we go. We're gonna have a lot of arm drags in here. This match is known for monkey flips. Stan Lane monkey flips Bobby Eaton by accident. That was funny. Stan Lane is in the ring with Bobby Fulton. Stan Lane throws Bobby Fulton to the ropes. He's gonna set up his sidekick and kick him to the gut when he runs back. But Bobby Fulton, he stops at the ropes, puts the brakes on, and then starts shaking his butt at Stan Lane, taunting him, and then does a strut. And in this match, there's a part where I believe it's I don't know, one of the Midnight Express were down on the mat, probably Stan Lane, and Bobby Fulton is holding Lane's arm on the mat, and then Tommy Rogers runs and jumps and does a reverse body splash on Stan Lane's arm. There's also the part, oh my God, there's a lot of hair pulling in this match. Bobby Fulton, they really do a number on Bobby Fulton. At one point, both Midnight Express, one of them get Bobby Fulton by his legs and his hair, and they swing him, and they swing him up in the air, and he falls on the mat by his hair and by his legs, and that's not a pretty look. They're going to go for the rocket launcher, and it's gonna be the Midnight Express. Stan Lane throws Bobby Eaton on Tommy Rogers, and they miss. So the Fantastics, they go for the rocket launcher, and Bobby Fulton throws Tommy Rogers off the top rope for the rocket launcher, landing on Bobby Eaton, getting the 1, 2, 3, and the Fantastics have won the special challenge match. All right, let's get on to the next match. The next match is going to be the Midnight Express versus the Horsemen. On this match, again, Stan Lane, Beautiful Bobby, and Jim Cornette versus Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. J.J. Dillon is their manager on the ringside. Match starts. Gonna go briefly over this match. You got Stan Lane starts off with Arn Anderson, fending off Arn Anderson with kicks. There's gonna be all these moves, man. There's gonna be Tully knees, I think it's Stan Lane, Stan Lane, and then in the bread basket in the stomach, and Stan Lane goes out of the ring. Um, we got at one point, beautiful Bobby is in the outside of the ring apron on the ropes, and then Arn Anderson knees uh, knees Bobby off the apron, and Bobby takes a nasty spill going flying from that knee from the out because he was outside the ropes, and he goes hits the guardrails. Um, Tully gives a snake eyes move to. Oh yeah, Bobby Eaton is running towards Stan Lane, which is in the middle of the ring. I'm sorry, Bobby Eaton runs towards Tully Blanchard. Tully Blanchard catches him and then drops him for a snake eyes, which is basically Tully Tully Blanchard dropping Bobby Eaton with his head first to the top turnbuckle. That's a move Vinny Vegas, which was Kevin Nash. What he would use after that. It's called the Snake Eyes. Um, at one point, we got standing Arn Anderson in the ring. He's dazed, and then Bobby Eaton goes on the top rope, and he executes a missile dropkick, landing and hitting Arn Anderson in the face, dropping Arn Anderson. There's also a part where Arn Anderson throws Bobby the ring. I think Bobby goes for right hand. Arn Anderson ducks and Bobby misses, still running, and then Arn Anderson catches him with his patented excuse me, patented spine buster, where if you don't know what the spine buster is, Arn Anderson will catch you by the waist and then tilt you around and slam you to the mat. Awesome move, I like it. Um, we got all four men fighting in the ring, and at this point, Bobby he's going on top rope and got a dazed Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson is actually back first on the mat, and Bobby Eaton is on the top rope, and he's setting up something off the top rope, and he gets his Alabama Jam. But at the same time, Stan Lane and Tully Blanchard are in the ring, and Tully does a strike, striking Stan Lane to the gut, stunning Stan Lane, and then Tully Blanchard sets up Stan Lane with his patented slingshot suplex, which Tully gets him, and he starts his suplex, and then he drops Stan Lane's feet on the ropes, and then it lands that suplex. Remember, along with Bobby Eaton applying his Alabama Jam off the top, flying off the top rope on Arn Anderson. And the referee does it like this. He counts with both hands. 1, 2, 3. But the referee, they're both counted at the same time. But the referee counts the Alabama Jam from Bobby Eaton on Arn Anderson. He counts it as a 1, 2, 3. And the Midnight Express, the new NWA World Tag Team Champions. After that, we're gonna do the match with um, the Midnight Express again, Stan Lane, Beautiful Bobby, and Jim Cornette in the corner. But this time they're gonna go against the original Midnight Express, which consists of Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose, managed by Paulie Dangerously. So before I get to this match, it all started with Jim Cornette on I don't know, Worldwide Wrestling or NWA Wrestling, something like that. He's being interviewed by either, I don't remember, Jim Cornette or I'm Jim Cornette, interviewed by Jim Ross or Tony Schiavone. Jim Cornette gets a call from the podium, and it turns out it's Paulie Dangerous. Paulie Dangerous talking a lot of trash, and Paulie Dangerously gets his original Midnight Express with Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose to beat up, ambush Jim Cornette and Stanley and Bobby. Midnight Express get the upper hand and start beating them up because they ambush him. So that's why this match occurs. So let's get to the match. we get to the match where the Midnight Express, Beautiful Bobby, and Sweet Stan are in the ring, and original Midnight Express, they start brawling with them. Both Midnight Express start brawling in the ring, which the Midnight Express gets the upper hand, throwing the original Midnight Express to the ropes and giving them double backdrops. Paulie Dangerously is really heated. I'm sorry, Jim Cornette is very heated, and he wants to take a swing at at Jim Cornette. This match it has a lot of special moves in it. Um, in the match, beautiful Bobby catches Dennis Condrey with a beautiful executed bulldog. Um, they have this move like Stanley and Bobby Eaton. They throw one of them Irish whips, throws the other one, and then they go and hit Randy Rose in the face with an elbow. And then the Midnight Express did that once, and then the original Midnight Express did it twice. First, it was Dennis Condrey Irish whipping, throwing Randy Rose, hitting Bobby Eaton in the face. And I think later on, I think they did the same thing to Stan Lane, except no, I think that after that, no, they did it again, but this time, Randy Rose threw Dennis Condrey, hitting Bobby Eaton in the face with that elbow. I don't know what they call that move, but it's really cool. They get one, they get their tag team partner, they Irish whip them, and they go elbow them to the other opponent to the face. Um, Randy Rose has this move. Bobby Eaton is thrown to the outside or something. Bobby Eaton is on the outside, standing, dazed, and Randy Rose gets on. He's the wrestler to be tag team. He's on the outside of the apron, but he sees beautiful Bobby on his side on the concrete, standing, dazed, and then Randy Rose just jumps off the apron and hits him like kind of like a Superman punch, but he throws it like kind of like more casual, and he hits Bobby Eaton in the face, and then Bobby goes rolling down. Randy Rose will do that again later on. Dennis Condrey will be holding Bobby Eaton in the middle of the ring, and then Randy Rose he gets on the second turnbuckle, and then Dennis Condrey lets go of Bobby Eaton, and then off the second turnbuckle, Randy Rose will come with another flying Superman punch, modified Superman punch, and punches Bobby in the face. I like that move a lot. It's really cool. Um, they're gonna call for Paulie calls for the rocket launcher. He's like the rocket launcher. And then Randy Rose goes into the turnbuckle, top turnbuckle, and Dennis Condrey gets Randy Rose saying up for that rocket launcher. You gotta down Bobby Eaton on his back, and Dennis launches Randy Rose for that rocket launcher, and Randy Rose goes flying. Bobby Eaton moves out of the way, and Randy Rose has missed the rocket launcher. Randy Rose is able to get up. There's a lot of fighting going on. Paulie finally gets Jim Cornette finally gets the punch on Paulie, knocking Paulie down. Jim Cornette, I believe there's a point where Stan Lane's covering Randy Rose. Jim Cornette comes with a tennis racket. I'm sorry. No, Paulie comes with a phone. Paulie comes with a phone, and he hits Stan Lane, covering Randy Rose. And then Rose rolls on top of Stan Lane for the cover. Um, but the referee notices the phone. He's like asking Randy Rose, "Hey, did you hit him with a phone? With a phone?" He's like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't." And then beautiful Bobby and Stan Lane sees the opportunity where Stan Lane is able to chop Randy Rhodes' leg at the same time. Bobby even runs with a flying close, giving Randy Rose a flying clothesline, which I believe is Jim Cornette. I'm sorry, Jim Ross. Jim Ross says double doozle, double doozle. So that's the move where one of the leg press will chop you in the front in the leg, and then the other one do a flying clothesline, and that's their double doozle move. And then Stan Lane covers Randy Rose for the 1-2-3. So the Midnight Express with Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton and Jim Cornette are able to defeat Randy Rhodes, Dennis Condrey, and be managed by Paulie Dangerously, the original Midnight Express. I like that match a lot. I really like Randy Rose's his Superman, his modified Superman punch. Because I think a Superman punch, you jump and you just punch like that. But Randy Rose would come down with it like this, slower, but it still has an impact. I really liked it. He did it to Bobby twice, so that was pretty cool. Um, so yeah. Um, Now let me. I will mention these matches. I didn't go over the Midnight Express versus Rock and Roll Express. They wrestle each other way too many times. Go see the one. I think it's on Worldwide or something. It's like in the '90s. Um, there's one where one of the Rock and Roll. I think it's Robert Gibson. He throws Bobby Eaton towards the referee, and the referee Nick Patrick, he does a forward leapfrog. That's awesome. Teddy Long, the one that managed Doom and Skyscraper, he was commentating on the match. He goes, "Whoa, what a move!" And it was spectacular. That caught me by surprise. I've never seen a referee leapfrog before. I think only that referee could do it because I think he used to be a professional wrestler back in his day, so he stayed in shape. Watch that one. That one's cool. And there is a match. Midnight Express versus Road Warriors. Not the one I mentioned, but another one. I think it's for that one of those tag team tournaments in the NWA. The one where they get $1 million. The Memorial Tag Team Championship, something like that. Go see where I believe it's Animal hits Bobby Eaton like really hard. I think it's a football tackle, and he hits him really hard. I mean, I've seen football tackles, but never one like that. I believe it's Animal that hits him. It's on YouTube. Go look at it. Animal hits Bobby really hard with a football tackle. It's like getting run over by some semi truck. I'm exaggerating, but it looked really good. Like, go check that out. Um, I'm gonna say that repetitiously, uh, Beautiful Bobby uses that right hand on his opponents. Like, boom, he slaps you. Boom, he hits you hard. He hits you fast and hard. One of the fastest right hands I've ever seen. It's kind of comparable with the only one I see has seen as a punch like that is Michael P.S. Hayes. But the way I say Hayes, Michael P.S. Hayes, but Michael P.S. has that left hand I really like. He'll just slam it. Bobby Eaton also has a strike, that right hand. I think it's one of the best right hands in the business, man. Along with Stan Lane's kicks, his martial arts background, Stan Lane gave several kicks in these matches. He does a kick to the gut, and then he does a back hook. He gives you a kick to the gut, like a side kick, and then he does a hook kick to the back of your head as a second kick. That's a kicking combination. He'll give you that for good measure, like I said earlier. I like these matches with Beautiful Bobby and Stan Lane, but I can't choose. Like, just like Jim Cornette, man. I can't tell which is a better partner for Bobby Eaton. Was Bobby Eaton had a better partner in Dennis Condrey before with all that experience, or did Bobby make a better wrestling combination with Stan Lane? I cannot. I don't know. I like both of them. Maybe with Stan Lane's a little bit more exciting, but Dennis Condrey brings a lot of experience and a lot of funny stuff. Um, so this is gonna conclude. Finally, I'm sorry it took me a long time to do this. I don't know why I couldn't get this this done, but I've already went 24, going on 25 minutes, so it's all good. So this will conclude my review of the Midnight Express with the new Stan Lane partners. So again with Jim Cornette, Bobby Eaton, and Stan Lane. So this concludes uh, my review of the Midnight Express with Stan Lane. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. I hope you enjoyed the He-Man stuff I put out there. Like, they look like professional wrestlers. So look for my new matches, new reviews to come over wrestlers and single wrestlers and tag team. And I'm gonna leave you with this. Uh, the world will never be a perfect place, but we can make it better. Till next time, my name's Alberto, aka Destroyer 48, and I will see you in the next one. My next wrestling review. Bye. Take care. Love you guys. Bye.